Post position number 19, and there's the favorite with only 3 starts. Going into that Kentucky Derby starting gate, Big Brown. He'll have to beat some inexperience and 19 3-year-olds who is inside. They're in the gate. And they're off in the Kentucky Derby. Cool Coleman breaking alertly from that inside post. Bob Blackjack has some good early speed as well. Big Brown is there on the far outside. 8 Bells forwardly placed. And here's that stampede bias for the first time. And Bob Blackjack has taken the early lead. Recapture the Glory is there on the outside. Cowboy Cal is third. Big Brown on the far outside is fourth. Then it's Cool Coleman, 5th toward the inside. Z Fortune up close early, running along in 6th position. Gallego 7th on the outside. Tail of a Conti is 8th on the rail. Monbo 9th on the far outside. Big Truck is running in 10th. Court Vision is 11th. Sea Humor is 12th. Adriano is 13th. Anak Nakal is 14th. And then it's Smooth Air, 15th on the far outside. Colonel John is 16th early on. Pyro is 17th. Then a break of another 3.5. Back to Visionaire. And Dennis of Cork is the last of 20. 47 seconds flat for the opening half mile in this Derby by Bob Blackjack. On the outside, Cowboy Cal pressing this strong pace here. 47 for the opening half mile with a half mile to go. Then farther back in the field, Recapture the Glory, 3rd on the outside. And the fillies right there and with the fighting chance. 8 Bells, Shefort. And there goes Big Brown. Big Brown on the far outside. He's catapulting past horses. One by one now. He was 5th just a moment ago. And now he's 2nd as they come toward the top of the stretch. Tail of a Copy is also right there. And then Colonel John comes on the scene late as the field turns for home at the top of the stretch. And it is Big Brown who rolls open now to a 3-length lead. 8 Bells is 2nd, Recapture the Glory is 3rd, Tail of a County is 4th, in the final furlong of the Kentucky Derby. And it's going to be Big Brown bounding home to a convincing win in the Run for the Roses. It is Big Brown by 5 on the wire. The filly 8 Bells was 2nd. Dennis of Cork came from 20th to be 3rd under the line. And Tail of the County was 4th. There's the Derby winner, Big Brown, and he delivered today.
Well, what did Bob Newmeyer say earlier about Rick Dutrow in the home of Muhammad Ali? If you can do it, you ain't bragging. And Rick Dutrow was confident, super confident. Some said disdainfully confident. Well, it looks like he had a reason to be confident. Big Brown, outside post and all, didn't even break on the lead. Just bided his time in 4th going to the first term. He's the unofficial winner. You saw the time, 2:01 and change. Kent DeSormo gets the win. We saw his family just before the race, the apprehension on their face. His son Jacob, with his first Kentucky Derby, witnesses his dad win the Roses. Gary, it looks like this horse is the real deal.
He's the real deal, and he did exactly what Kent DeSormo and Rick Dutrow said he would be capable of doing. They look very smart right now after saying they wanted the 20 hole. That's the trip they wanted. Just stalking on the outside. They said he didn't need the lead. He didn't have the lead. And there, he's still a fresh horse. Kent DeSormo just came off there, and Outriders got a hold of him. He landed on his feet, but that's the sign of a horse that's still fresh after running 1.25 miles there.
A little embarrassing, though.
Well, a little embarrassing, but he's not going to be too embarrassed. Getting back up, there's how the Cowboys do it. Just swing back up on there.
And we're told now that 8 Bells, the filly, has been injured.
Trying to get some information right now.
There she is.
Going on. The track ambulance, equine ambulance was just headed over there. I think that's probably what Big Brown had spooked from. That's just about 20 yards away from where that accident had happened.
So Kent DeSormo with his 3rd Kentucky Derby win, the first for trainer Rick Dutrow. Let's go to Donna next to Kent DeSormo.
Ken, first of all, congratulations. You've already won 2 Kentucky Derbies. How special is it to win your 3rd?
I tell you what, with what's going on in my career over the past 10 years, I feel absolutely like the luckiest man alive because God certainly has blessed me with all of this fortune, beautiful horses, wonderful people to ride for, and I just want to thank my family right now for moving east. I uprooted them, grabbed my kids from their friends, took them east, and this was why.
I'm sure they're going to feel like it's worth it to watch you win this third Kentucky Derby. This is a horse that Dick Dutrow, the trainer, was outspokenly confident about all along. You were more subdued. Were you feeling as confident, or were you just keeping it all in?
I think the most obnoxious thing I said was that this was my best chance I ever had to win a Kentucky Derby, and you know what I've been on.
That's a very powerful statement. Let's go to Bob Newmeyer, who's with Dick Dutrow.
Well, with Rick Dutrow, Rick, what does this mean to you?
Everything. It's just, I can't describe the feeling that all of us have right now. It's just an unbelievable feeling.
What is it about this horse that made you so confident going into this race?
What you saw today, that's what made me so confident. I can't explain it, Bob.
10 years ago when you were down and out, you were sleeping on some stall at Aqueduct. Is there one person or one moment that puts you on the straight and narrow to where you are today?
I think a whole lot of people helped me. I don't have enough time to name them all, but I swear to God, I got so many good people around me. Just incredible feeling what we're going through right now.
And the Preakness if he comes out healthy.
We're ready to roll, Bob.
Rick Dutrow.
All right, as Big Brown becomes the first horse since Clyde Van Dusen to win from post position 20. That was in 1929, the 52nd favorite to win in 134 years. But a sad end to the race. 8 Bells, the filly, ran her heart out. She was second. And here is the equine ambulance pulling up next to 8 Bells, who I guess pulling up, Gary, had a problem because she did finish second behind, although 5 lengths behind Big Brown.
Yeah, she came into the stretch, was fighting back. It looked like she was done at about the 3/8 pole. Midway around the final turn, it looked like she wasn't going to get any part of it. She battled back to finish a good, strong second. Galloping out, she was down on the ground. Not sure what happened. Wouldn't want to speculate myself at this time.
Dr. Larry Bramlage is standing by, and he's with Kenny Rice.
All right, thanks, Tom. Dr. Bramlage right now, just as we're getting ready to talk, he was getting a preliminary report. He's getting more information right now on his walkie-talkie, Tom. We'll stay right here with him and come back to you. We should have an update in the next 30 seconds or so.
All right, Kenny, let us know when Dr. Bramlage is ready, as 2 actually equine ambulances pulled alongside 8 Bells.
You know, my experience over the years riding, I've had horses that did collapse after a race, and most of the time turned out to be heart-related or some type of aneurysm.
All right, let's go to Donna back out on the track.
Well, Gary, I believe you're right. I was watching all the horses gallop out after the races. I was waiting for Big Brown, and I saw her just suddenly fall. And as you said, it could be heart-related. She never did get back up again. Now, that doesn't mean that it's terrible. It might mean that she just is trying to recover, and they decided to keep her down there. A lot of times they'll do that, but we'll have to wait for that official report from Dr. Bramlage. I can tell you that 8 Bells jockey got up and walked away, and obviously was very concerned. Let's go to Kenny Rice. I think he's with Dr. Bramlage now.
All right, Donna, thank you. Dr. Bramlage, you've just gotten off the phone talking to the other veterinarians. What is the report on 8 Bells?
Unfortunately, she broke both front ankles and collapsed, lost support to both of them, and so they immediately euthanized her because there was no possible way to save her, and that's an injury that's painful, so they just euthanized her immediately.
All right, doctor, it's never a good time to be here, I know, in these situations.
No, it's a bad injury on both front legs.
All right, Dr. Bramlage, thank you for your time. Tom, sad moment here as the others celebrate the Derby for 8 Bells and her connections, Tom.
The incredible swing of emotions, the joy with Kent DeSormo, Rick Dutrow with Big Brown, his daughter Molly, remember the story, traumatic life she has had, Kent DeSormo's wife Sonia, and the joy here juxtaposed with the sadness with the porters and with 8 Bells, Larry Jones, his wife Cindy.
Michelle, they cannot beat this horse.
Take a